Dear iGeo Task Force, dear local committee, dear team leaders, dear students, and valuable audience, I would like to welcome you to our 17th International Geography Olympiads opening ceremony. We are in the middle of a pandemic that has suddenly closed the whole world to homes. For this reason, we are experiencing the sadness of not being able to host you in Istanbul. Nevertheless, we would like to thank everyone who made it possible for us to come together online and prepare all the teams for this week. In our program, we are going to listen to Mesut and Sumin's speeches, Barbaros Gönençki's speeches, and we are having stage performances by great young musicians as well. During our opening ceremony, we would like you to switch off your microphones. Thank you for your understanding. As we start our ceremony, we invite you to watch the beauties of our city, Istanbul. Enjoy.
Size linki gönderdim. YouTube'da yok.
Turkey is hosting the 17th International Geography Olympiads this year. I would like to introduce you to the local commission for making the iGeo 2021 happen. Barbaros Gönençki, our organizing chair, Mesut Süzer, the general coordinator, Eyüp Artvinli, our exam and academic coordinator, Fügen Dede, our accountant, combination and Müberra Şemin, event organization coordinator Bertan Arın. We thank the entire team for their contribution and for making the iGeo 2021 happen. Now we will travel to Amasya, one of the oldest settlements in Turkey. We will connect to Mesut Süzer to give his speech in the city located in the north of central Anatolia.
Değerli coğrafyacılar ve öğrenciler, 17. Uluslararası Coğrafya Olimpiyatları açılış törenine hoş geldiniz. 17. Uluslararası Coğrafya Olimpiyatlarına ev sahipliği yapmaktan gurur duyuyoruz. Organizasyonda emeği geçen ve destek olan herkese teşekkür ederiz. Gezegenimizin zor zamanlar geçirdiği şu günlerde sürdürülebilir yaşam coğrafya biliminin rehberliğinde gerçekleşebilir. Coğrafya biliminin kurucusu olarak kabul edilen Strabo'nun Türkiye'de Amasya şehrinde doğduğunu ve yaşadığını biliyor musunuz? Böylesi önemli bir organizasyonda Strabo'nun yer almaması düşünülemezdi. Merhaba Strabo. Değerli coğrafyacılar, ilk coğrafyacının Strabon olduğu kabul edilir. Bu 17 ciltlik adında coğrafya geçen ve günümüze ulaşan ilk eserin sahibi olmasından kaynaklandığı gibi aynı zamanda Strabo'nun İlk kez coğrafya biliminin bu zamanlardaki durumu hakkında en kapsamlı, tam ve doyurucu bir bakış açısı getirmiş olmasından kaynaklanmaktadır. Gerçekten de Strabon ilk kez coğrafyanın bir bilim olduğunu ve bu bilimin en az diğer bilimler kadar araştırmaya değer ve önemli olduğunu açıkça ortaya koyduktan sonra filozofları coğrafya bilimi ile ilgilenmeye davet etmiştir. Strabo'nun çalışması yerler ve bölgeler hakkında ansiklopedik ayrıntıya sahip bilgileri sunan, bölgesel coğrafya tasvirini kronolojik olarak da açıklayan bir eserdir. Strabo'nun o zaman için çok değerli olan bu eseri, bugün de coğrafyanın nasıl yapılması gerektiğini en güzel açıklayan eserlerden biridir. Strabo'nun coğrafyası sadece bölgesel tasvirlerden oluşmuyordu. O aynı zamanda insan çevre etkileşiminin önemini vurgulayarak fiziki çevrenin kültürel gelişme ve insan faaliyetleri için ön koşul olduğunu belirtiyordu. Bunun yanında coğrafi bilginin devlet yönetiminde de kullanılabileceğini belirtiyordu. Bu anlamda Strabon hem kültürel coğrafya içinde hem siyasal coğrafya içinde zemin hazırlamıştır. Değerli coğrafyacılar, 2000 yıl önce coğrafya biliminin temellerinin atıldığı Amasya'dan sizlere saygı ve sevgilerimizi sunuyorum. 17. Uluslararası Coğrafya Olimpiyatlarını coğrafyanın kurucusu Strabon'la birlikte açıyoruz. Hoş geldiniz.
Thank you, Mesut. We also thank the iGeo Task Force members very much. Thank you also for your contribution. Susan Lomas and Sue Min helped us and supported us. Thank you for your contribution and for making the iGeo 2021 happen. Now I would like to give the microphone to Sumin Shen.
Thank you, Mubera. Everybody, hi, everybody. I think it has been a great event, even we just started, because we have the honor to have this event with Strota. Everybody knows him, yeah. So let me start it again. And Sue will join us very soon because she went to YouTube. She's trying to come to be here with us. Right. So, distinguished guest, Professor Michael Meadow. Maybe some of you don't really know him, but Professor Meadow is the president of International Geographical Union. So let's give a big applause to him. Thank you. And Professor Barbara Gonagil, local organizing committee members, dear students, team leaders, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the iGeo Task Force and my co-chair, Sue Lomas, I'd like to welcome you to participate in the 2021 International Geography Olympiad in Istanbul, Turkey. The first iGeo started back in 1996 with 5 countries at The Hague. The number of participating countries tripled in 2000, then doubled again in 2010. At the turn of this new decade, this year, there are 46 countries registered. It has been one of the largest events we ever have in geography history, iGeo geography history. Beyond that, we have new friends from Iran and Nepal, and also old friends rejoining us from Azerbaijan, France, Pakistan, and South Africa. That's where I started my journey in iGeo. Welcome again. Geography is the very central discipline to pursue a sustainable future for all society at a local scale and also at a global scale. Students of each country, please take pride in participating in this largest geography competition for high school students and remind yourself the importance of the roles in geography for a better future for the whole human society. Please do your best for the tests and take all the chances to interact with all participants from all different countries, from 5 continents. And do stay in contact with each other even after the event. Once again, I'd like to congratulate all the representatives from all over the world and thank you all for the efforts have been contributed to make this event happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your speech. And we are also happy to see Mike Meadow, the International Geography President, in our opening ceremony. Welcome, Mike. Hi.
Thanks for the invitation. Nice to be here.
Yeah, nice to see you. Hi. So, young people, you are the ones who reinforce and sustain our courage. We will be the most precious symbol of humanity and civilization. Love of homeland and freedom to thought with the upbringing and wisdom you have received. You are the rising new generation. You are the future. These words belong to the founder of the Turkish Republic, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Based on his words, said in 1924, we would like to give our first stage performance to the Lüleburgaz Youth Choir. The choir will sing a Turkish folk song called Ah Bir Ataş Ver.
Evet, İroğacı.
Thank you for the Lüleburgaz Youth Choir for their performance. Now it's time for the national teams. We can't be proud enough our teams that came together to represent their country despite the pandemic conditions and worked very hard. Congratulations to each student and our team leaders as well. 46 countries, and let's start with Armenia. Big applause. Australia. Azerbaijan. Belarus. Belgium. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bulgaria. Canada. China, Beijing. Croatia. Czechia. Denmark. Estonia. Finland. France.
Oh, France.
Hong Kong. Hungary. Indonesia. Iran. Japan. Kazakhstan. Latvia. Lithuania. Mongolia. Montenegro, Nepal, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pakistan, the Philippines, Poland, Russia, Serbia, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Africa, Switzerland, Taiwan, Tajikistan, Thailand, Tunisia, Turkey,
Bravo.
United Kingdom, and the USA. So many teams, that's really exciting to count, and I'm really happy to have everyone. We are really happy to have everyone in our opening ceremony as well. With the support of Anchor Art, the first Anchor Stage project hosted young musicians from different branches on its stage in order to introduce their musical works to the whole world. Now, please enjoy Damla Ece Karatay's piano performance. We would like to thank Enka Art Director Gül Mimaroğlu and Enka Stage Art Director Cihat Aşkın for their support of young musicians. And also thank you Damla Ece Karataş for your piano performance. We are now meeting with the chair of the local committee, Barbaros Gönençgil, to make his speech.
Yes, dear young geographers and the colleagues, welcome to 17th International Geography Olympiad. I would like to thank the organizing committee for giving the opportunity to speak at this important event. I wish you successful Olympiad also to all you. The issue I want to share with you today is the reflection of the global climate change in our region and the measures to be taken. But before I want to share my screen at the first, please, just a second. Yes, and yeah, this is better. Thank you. The whole world has been intensely struggling with the COVID-19 outbreak, as we know, for the last 2 years. Pandemic has become the first problem in the world today. The pandemic, which also causes millions of people get unwell, loses their life, and suffer economic losses, will be taken under control after a while, and the countries of the world will continue their economic and political struggle from where they left off. However, just like the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, which affects millions of people, causes of their lives and the jobs, causes of the social and political problems with the irregular migration, also creates a pandemic effect. The countries most affected by this pandemic climate change is in the Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East countries, because this region are the most vulnerable region, most affected by the climate change also. In this presentation, possible effect of the climate change on the Eastern Mediterranean and Middle East today, and the future will be evaluated, and solution will be given also. Although the pandemic that affect the whole world countries today, climate change and the ecological degradation caused by it will continue in the near future, not only today. Therefore, the problems related with the climate change are one of the biggest big issues that we should pay attention to. Yes, and at the first we have to focus on some words about the climate, related with the climate also. And some changes and the variations in climate have been observed for many years. Sudden change in the climate, especially in the 20th century, reveal the importance of the effects of climate on living life. It is not a correct approach to see people as the sole responsibility or whole responsibility for every sudden event or the chain of events. However, it will not be possible for us to ignore the human effect in the developing events also. When the change, the normal cycle of the climate is evaluated on the scale of the long years, we can say that the temporal fluctuations are frequent, based on the studies conducted on the past periods. These fluctuations have sometimes been short-term, sometimes long-term. Short or long-term fluctuations are defined as the climate variability. Also, this term is defined by the climatologists, and the scientists are working on climate issue also. Climate change, on the other hand, is the change in the Earth's climate over the long time scale also. The process here covers a very long period of time. As you see above the chart, you see the climate change, extreme, and the variability. In that place, and the red line is the show the climate change. Red dots show the climate extremes, and variability is the blue or dark blue lines, as you see. It is possible to evaluate the causes of the climate change as the natural and anthropogenic factors. Depending on all these changes, warming has been observed in surface temperature due to the changing in albedo. Global scale observations and the measurements have determined a significant temperature increase in both the ocean surface and the land area. Apart from the variability in temperatures, it is possible to see similar variability in the precipitation. The Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East are one of the areas that are highly sensitive to precipitation. Therefore, the problem that may be experienced in the terms of precipitation total and change in the seasonality of precipitation causes and increase the intensity of the existing sensitivity. For this reason, water storage is one of the main issues frequently emphasized in the future climate predictions for the geography we are in. The Eastern Mediterranean and Middle East are among the areas that will be greatly affected by the climate change due to the increase in the frequency of and intensity of the dry periods and the hot water conditions. Since the different physical geographic features of the region, like the elevation, orography, and the continentality, are very diverse and different, the exposure and the extreme weather events expected to be different in this region also, you can say. So, the increase in winter precipitation in this region shows a decreasing trend in the spring and the summer, and the number of days without precipitation is expected to increase significantly. The expected regional impact of the climate change are rise as low air quality in urban environment and the temperatures, stress associated with the urban heat island, and increasing freshwater scarcity in the Eastern Mediterranean. Precipitation conditions in the region depend not only the synoptic weather conditions, but also the topographic features. Mountainous areas are seen as a place where more rainfall can be encountered in this respect also. Variations in the precipitation in the region have a significant effect on agriculture. However, it is the change in the available moisture and the soil moisture that affect the agriculture. Precipitation in terms of the biggest change in the region, Eastern Mediterranean, Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Northern Iran, is the reduction occurred. It is predicted that this decrease will continue until the 2050s. However, actually, future climate models predict that the large rivers system will affect the basin water resources and the food production, and the region will generally become arid. Rain-fed agricultural land area may decrease, and the longer dry season will lead to the decrease in the pasture for grazing animals. Although crop yields can potentially increase in winter, it may decline for the rest of the year and increase the risk of vegetation fires and air pollution with increased environmental problems. With the region beginning to hotspot for climate change, there are predictions about the future state of the environment and its social consequences. Water scarcity and water stress are present in most of the region. In connection with the population growth and the economic development, the demand for the fresh water is constantly increasing. The Middle East, described as the first region in the world whose fresh water is drastically depleted. This is an important point of the region featured here. The most important indicator of the awaiting the region of the future should be accepted that, as the increase in extremely high summer temperatures. Hot conditions can become common in the middle and the end of the century. Climate change is expected to have significant negative consequences for the people and ecosystems, especially due to the heat stress and decreasing water resources. However, it can be predicted that these changing conditions, together with the population increase, will adversely affect the economic development situation. It is expected that the air quality in the region will decrease in the economic period, in the next coming period. Anthropogenic emissions are increasing in the region. This situation affects ozone and particulate air pollution, causing illnesses and death. Increasing drought conditions in the northern part of the region will likely also affect the fires and associated pollution emissions. In addition, this region has several major cities, including several megacities where air quality has been severely degraded. It is seen that the maximum daytime temperature increase in the region. This situation is expected to continue in the future and to cause more heat waves. In general, heat waves are extreme weather events that often results in the loss of life also. Among vulnerable groups such as the people with chronic diseases, the elderly, children, and the urban population in generally, the death rate is highest. These changes are also the important factor of proliferation of vector-borne parasitic and viral diseases. The expected warming in the region in the 21st century, especially in summer, combined with the general drought trend, show that climate change can have important regional impact. It is recommended to further examine the effect of this situation on human health, the spread of the vector-borne diseases, protect the terrestrial and the marine ecosystems, fresh water, agriculture, urbanization, and energy systems, and evaluate the adaptation process also. Security is a constant concern for the Eastern Mediterranean and the Middle East. The attention of the people of the region has been largely focused on security. On the other hand, it has begun to understood that today's climate change may also pose a threat to the security of the region. It has begun to see that negative consequences of the region only scarce water, food insecurity, irregular economic growth, and the political conflicts can worsen with the climate change. It is possible to summarize security threats under the following headings. Climate change affects the peace conditions between countries in increasing competition for the scarce water resources. Climate change can increase the food insecurity by causing a decrease in the agricultural production. Climate change can hinder economic growth, thus leading to poverty and social instability and internal security problems of the countries and various instabilities among the countries in the region. Climate change can lead to increased irregular migration by causing economic instability along with their agricultural losses. These migration can be from rural to urban, or they can refuse cause of the refugee problems between the countries. Decreasing natural resources, economic problems, and the political instability with the climate change may cause the militarization of the region to increase. This is the important point of the region also. What we can say about the recommendation of these problems? We can say like this kind of opportunities or recommendations. Unlike the events that have caused instability in the region so far, climate change, which is a common threat, can be expected to encourage the countries of the region to work together, overcome the difficulties despite their political and ideological differences also. Climate change can be expected to increase the conflict between the countries as the creator of the many problems posed, and it can also improve the opportunities for regional cooperation as a global problem. Awareness is about climate change and its effects needs to be increased. Problems caused by the climate change are not just a problem of any country, but affect the entire region. For this, it is necessary to increase the cooperation and international participation among the countries in the region. Okay, thank you for your attention. Please stay safe.
We would like to thank Barbaros Gönençgil for his speech. Now it's time for the author. I would like to give the microphone to Susan Lomas.
Thank you very much, Mubera. It is appropriate, I think, in this Olympic year that we join together to show our solidarity for the Geography Olympiad. We cannot all be together in the same room, but we can all say the words of an oath, which we have put together this year, particularly based on the Olympic oath, which I'm sure lots of you have been watching for the past few weeks. So is it on the screen, Mabera, I think? Is it possible to have it on the screen? Yeah, thank you. I think we should stand, and it is something that team leaders and students will say. We will say it all together, but will you say whether you are a student or a team leader, that is what you will say. So this is our chance to all be saying the same thing at the same time, although we are not all in the same room. So I will stand and we will start. In the name of all team leaders, we promise to take part in this Geography Olympiad, respecting and abiding by the rules, and in the spirit of fair play and academic excellence. Together, we stand in solidarity and with ourselves without cheating and without any form of discrimination. We do this for the honor of our teams,
in respect for the fundamental principles of the Geography Olympiad, to make the world a better place,
make the world a better place,
friendship
and scholarship.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good luck.
Before ending our ceremony, I would like to give the microphone to Mike Meadow. We are really happy to have you in our opening ceremony, Mike. Hope you're fine. Do you have anything you would like to share with our students and team leaders and with us?
Sure. Thank you, Barbara. Well, I'd like to share my excitement because, just watching the 48 teams and the slides that went by with the pictures of those young geographers who are about to be challenged by the various elements of this Olympiad, it really is uplifting. It is, as everybody said already this morning, and by the way, it's this morning here in Cape Town. I realized that speaking to the Australian and New Zealand sides on the one side of the continent, where it must be really quite late at night by now, or for the American group and anyone from that side, where it's probably some ungodly hour of the morning. But anyway, good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. But it was amazing to see those slides and to realize that those young people who are on the cusp of a very exciting, I think, few days with the Olympiad, and they are the very best that their own countries can and have produced, which of course is in the spirit of the Olympic spirit that we've just witnessed in Japan. And so we would like very much from the International Geographical Union perspective that those young people in their teams will continue on after the competition to study geography, that they'll come to university and become the next generation of academic and practitioner leaders in our amazing discipline. There's no doubt in my mind, particularly after what we heard and read 2 days ago when the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, released its report, that we as geographers, I think, have an enormous responsibility to try and set the will to rights in terms of the climate emergency. Because as geographers, we have the talent, we have the skills to be able to at least to understand the kind of problems and to seek the solutions that we hope our political leaders will take up when they meet in Glasgow in November as part of COP26. I think the young people in particular and the teams that we've got with us today from all over the world are really the highlight of that. It's in your hands, actually, rather than in the hands of older people like myself. But let's just think about the competition for now. And I want to wish everybody and all the teams enormous luck in this exciting competition and over the next few days. And congratulations to all of those of you in the Olympiad task force and in the local organizing committee there in Istanbul for launching this, what I'm sure will be a great contest. And thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Mike Meadow, for your great and important words for our students and for the organization. Please do follow the program schedule on our website, iGeo 2021. It's really important for us because we are going to update everything on the website. So if you have any questions, you may contact us as well. We have come to the end of our opening ceremony. Although we cannot host you in our country due to pandemic conditions, we are waiting everyone as soon as possible to see and meet face to face. Please watch our video showing the beauties of our country. Congratulations to all teams taking the exams. Let's the Olympiad begin.